I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. This piano just barely was tuned, I believe, today, which is the final step in the whole process of what this piano's been through. So this piano's been totally refurbished. It's a 1984 Yamaha G2, which is a 5'7", great size for a living room. When I go out and tune pianos in people's homes, grand pianos, this is kind of the beginning of sort of what I would characterize as the sweet spot for a living room setting. So like 5.5-ish feet up to about 6 feet. That's really the ideal size, I think. I mean, of course, the bigger the better. I personally would not complain about a 9-foot piano in my living room, but I'm kind of an exception that way. So and Yamaha, of course, Yamaha's is a famous brand that needs no introduction. Okay, so this piano, I didn't look it up before this video. I think brand new, this piano is like 30-ish, something like that. Might even be a little bit higher, 30, 33. Anyway, maybe we can look it up. It's not very hard to look up what. Anyway, it's in there. So whereas the goal of the refurbishing is to make it brand new, as close to brand new as we can in every way. So it's really four things. You've got touch. So that's regulating the action and lubricating, tightening. Even reshaping hammers and repinning, those kinds of things are all involved in the touch. And I guess included in the touch would be the functionality of the pedals, ensuring that everything is working properly. Then you have the tone, which reshaping hammers also is very related to the tone, and voicing the hammers, of course, tuning. Those are the big ones. In the tone, I mean, Yamaha G2 is already just has a great tone, and they continue to endure. Oh, and getting corrosion off the strings, that's another part of tone. Then okay, touch, tone, the cosmetics, of course. Cosmetics are, if you've ever seen, people using like buffing, those buffing tools on cars to get out scratches, that sort of thing. It's the same process on a piano. Just go through with a buffing compound and make it look. I don't know if it's coming through in this video, but I guess it's a little bit dusty. But other than the dust, from a cosmetic standpoint, it looks perfect. It's like it's brand new. So what you'll see on really any piano older than a few years old, you'll see, even if it's been well taken care of, you'll see little micro scratches either from sheet music or paper or people bumping it or whatever. This piano has none of that. Cosmetically, it's perfect. So touch, tone, cosmetics, and then the last one is endurance. So all of these things, particularly the regulation, tightening, lubrication, all of those kinds of things, cleaning, all of those kind of things feed into ensuring that the piano will last a long time and will continue to play well and sound good, not just for a year or 2 or 5, but for literally decades. So this piano, top to bottom, is totally refurbished, painstakingly, hours and hours and hours of skilled, dedicated, loving work. Maybe before I play it, I'll just pull out the action to give you an idea. Have a look at the action. Maybe while I'm doing the screws and stuff, you can have a look at the strings and the soundboard and the plate. Everything just looks clean. Like a brand new piano. So I guess what I'm trying to sort of drive home by talking about what this piano sells for brand new in the 30s, or somewhere in that vicinity, and talking about how thoroughly this piano's been gone through, is just to say that, I mean, in my mind it's an obvious choice, but for most, you know, I guess middle-class people, where money is an object, is an important resource, it just makes no sense to spend $30,000 when there's something like this that is so close. I mean, we're talking like, you know, from all of these factors that I'm talking about, probably just, you know, razor thin difference between this one and the brand new one, and yet the price difference is hardly razor thin. The price difference is vast. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So everything, of course, is cleaned and blasted, and these hammers have been reshaped. You can imagine, even if you're not familiar with pianos in particular, just all of these moving parts. Every time a note is played, there are a number of parts that work in conjunction with each other to give the correct touch of the piano. And so all of these parts have built-in adjustment. So actually, come get a side view here, where you can look in there. So you have built-in adjustments because pianos go out of regulation. Very few pianos actually get regulated, but we ensure that everything is functioning properly. Okay, so the kinds of adjustments that I'm talking about: you have built-in regulation here, you have one here on the rep lever, you have another one on the jack for the jack position, you have another one. I don't know if you can see it in the video. This screw down here at the key. This spring, can you see that spring under there? The tension of that spring has to be not too tight, not too loose. You have, let's see, oh, of course, the alignment of this part here in relationship to the tail. It's on my lap, so it's kind of, there you go. The relationship of the tail of the hammer to this part here called the back check. Then you have the distance you can depress the key. You see all of these little felt and paper, cardboard punchings under here that ensure that the distance you can depress the key isn't too deep or it isn't too shallow. Anyway, and of course everything has to be properly aligned and lubricated, tightened, all of those kinds of things. So let's hear it. Of a Yamaha that I love, that a lot of people love. It's a really nice piano, no doubt. Okay, thanks for watching. Feel free to check out. I've got lots and lots of other pianos available as well, and you're welcome to come in anytime. Check out a tour of the shop. You can see lots of piano technicians. It's kind of like Santa's workshop, where lots of technicians are working away, making these pianos sound and play as close to perfection as we can possibly get it. The address here is 1497 South State Street in Orem. Thanks for watching.